What's up? Welcome back to another video. Today is Vlogmas day 7, and today I have a video for you guys showing you guys how I edit my thumbnail. So my first step I do is whatever video I am editing, I will go through the footage and kind of just like slowly scan through it, and I will screenshot whatever I like. And I work off of a Mac, so if you're on a Mac and you don't know how to screenshot, for you to screenshot, you're gonna have to hit Shift Command 3 and you screenshot it your screen. Oh, tongue twister. But once I like screenshot, and like sometimes I'll get it like in that first one where I'm just like, this is good enough. Or like I'll continuously like go through and keep clicking and just screenshotting. Sometimes I'll screenshot like a shit ton and like OD, but then I'm just like, here's this one. This one's kind of good. So I'll screenshot that, and then I'll keep going, and like I'll like let the video like slowly move so I can really observe it and it's not moving in the time it is. Get everything screenshotted, I will close out the folder and I will open every screenshot to look at them and kind of compare them to one another to see which one I want to go with. See, this one I didn't like because the background was too bright, so I was just like, that can go in the garbage. But here we are with this one, and I was like, oh, this one's nice, but I didn't like it because Jordan looks like she's sleeping in the picture. So then this one, I didn't like it because I was looking down. And I feel like this one was the best one because I was having her try boba for the first time, and I feel like her face looks confused and I look like I was running my mouth trying to explain something. So that was the picture. This is the picture I went with. That other one, it's just the background is just way too bright. I tried to change the color of it and it didn't work for me. So sometimes you got to start over again. Take a step back, analyze, and get back to it. So then the next step that we're going to do, we're going to open Safari, the internet, whatever you use, open that up, and we're going to go to a website called Pixlr. I don't know if I am pronouncing it right, but the website will be linked below. Click Playful Pixar X, and the next step, we're going to create a new document. And you see they have templates here, and what we're going to choose is this one here because all thumbnails need to be 1280 by 720. So you click on it, you create new. And now you're going to go down to the bottom here on the left hand side to this little icon where it says add images. Click browse, and the picture that we are choosing for our thumbnail is the one that we are going to open. So just scan through them and make sure that you're clicking the right picture. You can easily delete it, but let's make less steps for ourselves. So click it, and we're going to open it. And then you're going to click on add to current. It's going to come out very zoomed in, but it's okay. Just slide and zoom out, and then you're going to adjust the picture to your liking. Once we get it arranged to our liking, then I'm going to zoom in to kind of like look at the picture to make sure like the edges and the border and everything is like proper. You're going to click on the picture, and I'm going to like kind of color correct it. I usually hit autofix first to see what autofix is going to do for me, and sometimes autofix is completely horrible, and I'll just play around with these and like play with the brightness and the color and the temperature of it. Like, this is just something you got to play with, but autofix wasn't the worst thing in the world, so I just went with it. I just left it. It looks a little red, but I was like, whatever. No such thing as perfect. So our next step, we're going to click on these scissors up here because we're going to cut out the background. So we're going to click the paintbrush and make sure it says remove. This softness, we're going to drag it all the way to the left. All the way, because having it just like a little soft, like make it extremely hard where it looks like a hard circle, and the outside of the circle doesn't have like a blurred effect. So with that being said, just start coloring out the background. Make sure you don't color on the figure in the picture that you want to stand out. Just color everything out and just completely get rid of it all. And there probably is an easier way to do this. I just haven't figured that out yet. And once I figure it out, I can drop another video to teach you guys what I learned. But if you do know how to, teach me. Like, let's help each other out. But I try to get as close as possible without like erasing myself or Jordan out. And you see how like I leave like just like the littlest space there. I do that because in the next steps we're gonna take, once we start to layer the pictures, yes, layer the pictures. Once we start to layer the pictures, it'll give this one here kind of like a glow effect that I see. But yeah, just make sure that you are just get rid of it all. Just throw it out the door. Take your time with this. There's no need to rush. And then once you're done with this, we're going to save this picture. Now, when you save these pictures, they download. But when you save the picture, make sure you save it as a name that you know. I don't normally do all this. I just put a couple of letters and that's it. So then we're going to open the picture. And we're going to make sure that everything is to our liking. And I like the way this looks. So I'm going to continue on to my next step. But before I do that, I do move the picture to my desktop. So it's even easier for me to find when I'm back into Pixlr. And we're going to go home on the Pixlr page. We're going to create another new document, the 1280 by 720. And then we're going to go open, browse, and open that same picture, the first picture that we started with. So we're going to open that picture again. Add to current. Come on, Jasha. And we're going to zoom out again, and then we're going to adjust the picture again to our liking. So we're adjusting the picture again to our liking, make sure it's correct, make sure it's how you want it. And then, like I said, it's a lot of zooming in and zooming out to like see what the hell you're doing. And then I was gonna color correct it, but then I was just like, it doesn't really need it because of the effects we're gonna put on it. So, and then we're gonna go here to this, and this is it's an effect where like you see here, like I blurred the picture. So I completely blur this picture out. I dehaze it. I do it to kind of just not make it look kind of like recognizable. So we're going to go back, and that first picture that we cut out the background, we're going to bring that one back in now. And we're going to layer it right on top of it. And you see how it gives it that like 3D kind of like sticker effect. Like that's what I see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it gives me like that 3D like kind of like sticker effect. And this is normally how like I do all my thumbnails. And then if you see over on your right hand side, you can see both pictures and like what you have that you're working on. And I have the whole picture that I'm working on right now, so I clicked on that, and I'm just playing with the effects here to see how like the pictures look like layered together, whether I want to blur the background more, make it a little bit more smooth, like sharpen it up a little bit, just like the little touches I feel like the background photo needs. But you see how like I did like is that blossom, it says bloom, and like make it brighter and like glamour. Just kind of got to play around with it to your liking. Like it's your photo, your thumbnail, make it how you like it. Right, so then our next step is the text. And when I make my thumbnails, I never put the title of my video in my thumbnails. I always give it a different title just because it gives me something else to tag in my videos. So then once we figure out what we want to put on it, I figure out how I want to place the wording, where can it go, is there enough space. And this website has a lot of okay fonts. I have my favorites, which this one is my favorite. I've been using this font to edit my thumbnails for the entirety of Vlogmas. It's usually the first one I go with. And look, I can like outline the words and just play around with it. So here I'm just gonna stop talking and just have you guys see how I just literally just like play around with like the fonts, the colors, and like rearranging stuff. And then once I finally find the font that I really like, of course, I am going to. You see how I like move the font and stuff? How I can put it like in front of the straw of my cup and behind it, but just play around with it. And then we're going to save this photo, of course, to something that we know. So boba thumbnail, because that was what this thumbnail was for. It was for that video. If you haven't seen that video, it's in the eye. But now we're going to open the thumbnail up, and I'm going to do full screen so I can see the whole thing to make sure that I like it. But that's it. That's